I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey got a radio show. I was talking with my wife, and she said something her father always used to tell her. Just because you can do something don't mean you should do it. I can't tell you how many times I've had to learn that in my life. You know, just because you can do something does not necessarily mean you should do it. I could tell people off oftentimes, but it don't mean I should do it. I could go here and set the record straight a lot of times, but it don't mean I should do it. Well, I've learned a lot in that lesson, folks. And because I have a relationship with my Creator, what it's done is it's allowed me to learn even more how to stay still on a lot of issues that's troubling me. I've learned it the hard way. I do want you to understand that sometimes it's better to be still. Sometimes it's better to just let God handle a situation. And I know it's hard to say because we think as people, but if I do this, I would feel better. If I do this, now they'll feel how I feel. See, but that's not always the best way, though, I've found in my life. Sometimes you got to, like old people used to say, you got to let go and let God. I'm going to tell you something, man. I learned a lot from my mother being a Sunday school teacher. But, you know, at the same time, when I was young, I thought she was just an old person just talking to me. I didn't get it. You know, how your parents used to talk to you and you didn't get it. And they used to always say, well, wait till you have your own kids. You'll get it then. And sure enough, you got it then. Well, I'm the same way. I'm no different. You know, I don't have no different life than you. You know, I have no different upbringing than you. I don't have no different ways that I can live and you can't. You know, I got to live by the same laws of the land that you got to live by. I got to obey the principles of success. If I want to be successful, I got to obey them. And, you know, and if I want to go to heaven, I got to do what God tell me to do as many times as I can. Now, you ain't going to get it all right, but he understand that. And I just get on with the best I can. But so many times, man, we get stuck right there, man, worrying about, you know, how it's going to come across. And what I'm kind of going around here because I'm trying to find a way to tell you this, that you won't get twisted. The bottom line, you got to let go and let God. You have to allow him to do it his way. See, I thought myself to a certain point, but to go further, I had to let God have it. I found out I wasn't all that good a driver. I found out I wasn't all that good of a explorer with a map. So I had to let go. I had to let God. And you got to understand that God works in mysterious ways. How often had I thought it was over for me? But what God was doing was he was teaching me a lesson. He was showing me something that I needed to know. He was allowing me to experience some things, but he didn't let me go under. You know how they say God will never put more on you than you can bear? He won't let you go under. You know, it's like the scripture that Bishop Olmer taught me when I was going through that traumatic thing on the internet, man. It was really, really, man, trying to destroy what I had worked for and my family and this new life that God had presented me. And the devil is busy. The devil don't like to see you happy. So here he comes. He puts you under attack. And here comes the internet and everything. And my kids are suffering. But, you know, here comes God, though. See, God don't put more on you than you can bear. And Bishop Olmer sent me a scripture. He sent me Isaiah 43, 1 and 2. And in that scripture, it says to the effect that you can walk through the waters, the rivers, and the water won't overcome you. But then it said you can walk through the fire and you will not get burned, nor will kindling set upon your clothing. I learned something very valuable that day. See, God sent me through something, but he was showing me something too. Now, he didn't do it. God didn't bring that calamity into my life because in Isaiah 54:17, it says clearly that if anyone comes against you, it will not be my doing. Now, this is what he promised you when people come for you, though. See, and this is what I learned. That's why I have no fear of the people coming anymore, because I learned that. But God had to send me through a traumatic experience in order for me to learn that. You can't have a testimony without a test. You know what I'm saying? You can't learn nothing without a lesson. So what he did was he allowed that internet thing come across into my life, but he taught me something. And Isaiah 43, 1 and 2 was, and you can walk through the fire and not get burned, nor will kindling set upon your clothing. So what that said to me was, even though you trying to do me and there's fire all around me, I won't burn. But when it's over, kindling won't set upon your clothing. What that showed me was not only will I walk through the fire and not get burned, but there will be no signs that I was ever in the fire. There's no signs of it. But now hold up, though. Now here go the part, though, that I had to learn. Even though you can walk through the fire, y'all, and even though you're being flames is scorching all around you, if you trust him, he ain't going to let you burn. But now hear what he did not say, though. He did not say that it was not going to be uncomfortably hot, wickedly hot in there. He didn't say that. He just said you won't burn. And when it's over, it won't be no signs that you was in the fire. See, what happened to me was after they tried to destroy me, let me show you what God did for me. Not only did they not accomplish what they set out to do, but when they was through with me, though, when they was through throwing the gas and throwing the fire and throwing the hate and writing it and lying and creating all these names for themselves so it could look like more people was hating, when they got through with all that, man, look what he did to me. Look what he did for me, because he taught me something that day. And I'm sharing it with you because God will do the same thing for you. But you got to trust him, though. You got to get in there and you got to let him do it. You got to let him handle it. So just like Pop Bridges taught my wife Marjorie, just because you can do something don't mean you ought to do something. Yeah, you could go down there and straighten them out, but should you, though? Yeah, you can go down there and tell them off. Yeah, you can go down and stand up and make sure they know it's your voice that they hearing, and you can get in their face and make a scene. But should you, though? Or should you let go and let God? So before we run all out in the streets and somebody go out there and do something crazy, let's hold tight. Now, I'm not saying don't go out there, but you got to watch who you go out there with. But you can go down there with peace in your heart. Somebody decide, I'm going to throw a brick through here and bust a window. Hold up, partner. Hold up, that ain't what we down here doing. So see, sometimes, man, you got to let go and you got to let God. You got to let God have situations sometimes. And you get in there and do the things that he tell you to do. See, Bishop Ullman taught me a lot. He had another book out and he said, knowing God's voice or something like that. I'm not sure of the title. But I never really knew the definition of how do you know it's God's voice talking to you? Well, he clearly made a statement. God's voice has no sin in it. Whenever you talking about, I'm going to show him, I'm going to get him back. If it's sin in it, God ain't in it. See, that's you now. God's voice has no sin in it. So when you say, God told me, be careful, because God ain't never told you to go do nothing wrong. That ain't what he told you. And I learned that too. It's a lot. So I'm just sharing today. I hope it helps somebody today get through a difficult time, because the show has helped me.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have some news for you. I've given you this news before, but it gives me such pleasure to present it to you, especially when God allows me to give you the message. It's morning time. It's a new day. Those of us that are just waking or waking up, this is the new gift from God. If you're just getting off your shift, if you're getting in, that's another gift. You made it. If you're locked up and you can hear me, you're still here. You made it. God ain't through with you yet. He ain't forgot about you. He loves you. Might need your attention on a few things, but he's got different ways of getting our attention. He has grabbed mine several times. Oh, yes, he has. Yes, he has. Had my undivided attention. Oh, you know what I've really learned from that? It's best to listen and just try to do the best you can with what he say. Because when you totally ignore him and he know you know better, he gets your attention, especially when he know you want to his. And you know you want to his, he got ways of getting your attention. Ladies and gentlemen, Shirley Strawberry, Carla Farrell, Monica Barnes out of Mississippi, Kill Spates, that's Jr., and the man who's got more stuff going on than anybody on this damn show, the legend himself, Mr. I Got a Heart Out, Nephew Tommy.
Here we go.
Junior, what you got on your mind, man?
You legendary, king of comedy, host of Family Feud, Judge Steve, everything else. Are there any more titles you trying to grab? 'Cause you got them all.
Well, there's a couple of them that I'm looking forward to getting. Heaven Bound is right at the top of the list.
Amen.
Heaven Bound, I really want that to be a heavy consideration.
Yeah.
I want to be also, when I get Heaven Bound, I want to be at the front of the "Hey Lord, you know I was just joking" line. I want to be in. I want him to have a line for them people, cause I definitely, I got to be in that "Hey Lord, you know I was just joking" line. A couple other titles I'd like to have. Kind of some stuff out, more of I want to spread good news globally. I don't know what that title is yet, but I want to spread good news globally. I kind of want to start a defense. You know how you have defensive driving courses you can take? And me and Tommy had started this a while back, organization called RideDownThat.com. And I think we need to bring that back for those that are incapable of defending themselves.
Yeah.
You need to have an organization. Me and Tommy had started, and I think we need to bring that back.
That's cool.
What does that do? What is RideDownThere.com?
You know,
That
we
is
give
an
people
ass whooping.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Go ahead, Tommy. I was trying to find a professional way to say it.
Ain't no way to clean it up.
That's
Ain't no way to
really
clean it
what
up.
it is.
It's an ass whooping. Like if Chris would have called us last Sunday, we'd have been on the road.
It would have been done. Probably would have jumped off at the party while he had that Oscar in his hand laughing. Oh, we laughing.
All right. Coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, we're going to start the show off with Nephew Tommy's Run That Prank Back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time to start your morning off with the nephew and Run That Prank Back. What you got for us, Neff?
I got "You Ain't Married." Okay?
Okay.
Take it just like that. You ain't married. I don't know what happened, but it didn't go right, but you ain't married. Let's go, Cat Dog.
Hello?
Hello, I'm trying to reach Brian.
Yeah, this is he.
How you doing, Brian? My name is Daniel. Wanted to give you a call today. You got a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, listen. You're Brian. Brian, right? You're married to Althea.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, that's me. That's my wife. Yeah.
Okay. Got a question for you. How long have you guys been married?
Going on 9 years now. We've been married. Now, who is this?
My name is Daniel. Were you guys married at Greater New Missionary Baptist Church?
Let me see. Yeah. Yep. That's the name of that church. Yeah, great. About 9 years. Yeah, that's right. Why? What's going on? What you asking me all these questions for?
Okay. Do you remember the minister that officiated your actual wedding ceremony?
Yeah, that was Reverend.
Reverend. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I got the right person. I wanted to make sure I had the right person, Brian. So I'm sorry if it seemed a little weird to you. Here's what's going on. We've just come up with a new discovery. A lot of information that Reverend, none of his credentials are true. Everything is false. He's not a minister at all. He never was a minister. And every single wedding ceremony that he officiated is basically null and void. So, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you and Althea, even though you think you've been married for 9 years, you guys are not married at all. No,
Doc, you got to have the wrong person. Because me and Althea, we got married about 9 years ago, and Reverend he the preacher. I know that, Brian. I know that. What I'm telling you is he never was ordained. He's never been an ordained minister. He's not a minister at all. So when he performed this ceremony, your wedding ceremony, he had no right to be doing that. You guys are not married. You know, you guys have been living in sin for 9 years. Hold on, Doc. Let me tell you something. I ain't been living in no sin. Me and my wife, we have been married for 9 years, and that man, he's a preacher. I'm telling you, he's a preacher. I heard him preach last Sunday.
Sir, as of today, he has no right to be in anybody's pulpit. He has no right to be officiating, whether it's weddings or funerals, no matter what it is, christenings for children. He's not allowed to do that, and we have officially stopped him from doing anything serving under as being a pastor or a minister. We have stopped that. But what I want you to know is that you have been living in sin, and we want to try and get you guys married as soon as possible so you're not living in sin.
Oh, no, Doc. I ain't been living in no sin. I have been married for 9 years. This woman, she has been taking care of me and my kids for the past 9 years.
Wait a minute. You guys have children?
Yeah, we got two kids. Two beautiful kids.
Okay, then those kids are bastards.
Bastards? Hold on. Let me tell you something. My kids ain't no bastards. What about your kids? Your kids are bastards?
No, sir. My kids were born in wedlock. Your kids have been born out of wedlock.
I'm telling you, that man did my service, and he is a preacher. He's a man after God's own heart himself. He done everything that he could for me and my family. He is a preacher.
Sir, I know it's hard for you to swallow the truth, but I want you to know, and I need you to be able to tell Althea that you guys are not married, not as of right now.
No. Okay, so hold on. Now, back in the olden days, but before all these colleges and stuff came about, you telling me that them men back in the old days, that they wasn't no preachers, that they wasn't men after the cloth? Is that what you're saying to me?
What are you getting at, sir?
What I'm trying to say is back in the olden days, back in the 20s and 30s, they didn't have all these colleges and all these degrees and stuff like these new preachers got these days. That man now, he was from back then, and God called them, and that's what they went on to. And all them people that they married back then, they did the same thing today. You don't need no degree to say that you're a preacher. You don't need no license saying you're a preacher. Me and my wife, we've been married for 9 years. My kids have been born in wedlock. We were married. We were married by Reverend. My friends and family, they was all there.
Sir, the bottom line is that you have been living in sin because you have not been married with your wife for the last 9 years, and your kids, I hate to say it, your kids are bastards.
Now, hold on now. I done told you. Don't say nothing else about my kids. See, I ain't no cusser, but don't push me. My kids ain't no bastards. You understand me? You don't get me upset.
Sir, I'm trying to give you the truth and try to get you in here and get you married so you will not be living in sin any more than what you are.
I ain't living in no sin. Look, now you gonna make me whoop your ASS. You understand? Me and my wife, we have been married for 9 years. Don't sit up here and call me talking about that we ain't married. That man ain't no preacher. You understand? Now get off my phone. That's my wife. Those are my kids. They have been born in wedlock. You understand?
Sir, I just wanted to call and give you the information so that you could probably stop living in sin. That's all I wanted to do.
I ain't living in no sin. That's what I just told you. You ain't hear me? I ain't living in no sin. Maybe you the one that's living up in some sin. Now, you ain't got nothing to say to me. That man that married us 9 years ago. Now, get your ASS off my phone.
Sir, I have one more thing. I'd like to say to you.
You ain't got nothing else to say to me. You ain't get your ASS off my DAM phone. Now, do you understand me? I ain't got time for this publicity.
Sir, can I say one more thing?
What you got to say to me now?
I just wanted to let you know that this is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your wife, Althea, got me to prank phone call you.
Oh, man, no. Oh, Lordy. Doc, yeah. Doc, yeah, I almost went in on you, Doc. You almost made me go there. Yeah, I'm a kid, Althea. You say Althea put you up to this?
Althea got me to prank you, man.
Wow, man.
Oh, man. Hey, man, you all right with me, brother? I got to ask you something, man. What is the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show.
I got to say it to myself. That's pretty damn good right there. That's pretty
your own
good.
horn.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's pretty stupid right there. That's pretty good. Go ahead, Tommy.
All right. Thank you, Neff. Yes, it was pretty stupid as always. Coming up next, it is Ask the CLO with the Chief Love Officer, Steve Harvey, in the building for your love questions right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour in entertainment news, check out our favorite new TV show. You know what it is, Judge Steve, airing tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC and Hulu. We love it. We love it. We love it. And in other entertainment news, Denzel Washington talked about the slap with Bishop T.D. Jakes at the Leadership Conference, and Netflix and Sony put upcoming Will Smith movie projects on hold. We'll talk about all of these stories at the top of the hour, but right now it is time to ask the CLO. This one is from Ruthie in Puerto Rico. Ruthie writes, I recently retired and moved to Paradise. I was dating a man for 4 years and he didn't want to come with me, so I cut him loose. Now he's calling and he wants to be with me. I met someone new, but I do still love my ex. Do I give him another chance or do I move forward and make a fresh start here?
Where is paradise?
Did that?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
That's what she said.
Yeah. I don't know, ma'am. I don't know. See, if you left simply because he didn't want to move to Puerto Rico, then I mean, he didn't do nothing wrong. He wasn't a bad guy. Y'all wasn't having issues. He just didn't want to go to Puerto Rico. Now he's had a change of heart. You still love him. I mean, if he wasn't abusive, mean, if y'all wasn't on the verge of breaking up and this was the straw that broke the camel's back, but you've met somebody new and you want to start fresh, I can't answer the question for you. But now if he was your ex for a different reason that you're not putting in the letter, then let him stay your ex. But, you just met this guy. Everything good in the beginning. Yeah. Everything good in the beginning.
Okay. All right.
Might want to check his passport. He might not be able to leave the country. He might have an issue or something. I'm just saying.
Who, her man?
But Puerto Rico is still in the United States, so
yes.
It's a
well, I don't know all that. I don't know.
Well, I was just trying to point that out to you. In case there's some kids in the car listening that just learned that in school and you just defunct that whole idea. Now you got to check his passport and see if he need. No,
all right. Moving on to Kamika in Savannah. Kamika writes, I'm a 40-year-old married realtor, and my husband popped up while I was showing a retired football player a home. He said it was a coincidence that he was in the same area, and when he saw my car, he stopped by. He asked my client for a selfie and an autograph. So how do I address him being a groupie? Talking about her husband.
Well, that ain't being a groupie. You know what, Groupies want to have more than just a picture with the celebrity. Let me help you understand that. He's a football fan. It's like if I got pictures with a lot of players and stuff I admired at NFL honors, at, Celebrity Family Feud when they had Hall of Famers on there. So I don't know that he's a groupie, but how many times you going to be showing a famous person a house anyway? Or did you really just didn't like your husband rolling up on you like that because you were smiling extra hard at the retired football player? Now, let's talk about that, because that's what I think it is, I don't think it's really got nothing to do with he being a groupie and all that. Just ask for a picture, that's all. Autograph.
On her job.
Yeah, on your job.
She's trying to sell a house to the man. I think
she ain't going to post it on her website? Huh?
Oh, she is.
I think he was probably happy that he asked him for a picture because he's retired, so he doesn't get that like he used to anyway.
Yeah, man, the man ain't have no problem with it unless y'all was smiling in each other's face and he kind of, pissed him off a little bit rolling up on y'all, which really I think this got something to do with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you wanted to have the ex-football player. You was strutting around. You knew you was going to show him that house today with that little tight skirt. Blouse button down, two extra buttons and all this here.
On her.
Oh, yeah, it's on her.
No.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Natasha in Sarasota. Natasha writes, I've been dating a 47-year-old man for 6 months, and he only likes to have sex in the morning. I have tried to get him in the mood at night, but he pushes me away. He says I'm being selfish, but I love every minute of my sleep in the morning. Is there a compromise for us, or are we not compatible sexually?
Wow. Well, something wrong. He only like it in the morning. You like it at night. That's a big difference.
Well,
yeah.
Just do both of them.
2:30 a.m. sound like the number. 2:30 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's middle of the night and damn sure early. I think Junior solved it. Y'all set them alarms at 2:30 a.m. and everybody ought to be happy. It's still night and doggone it, it's early. Next, Shirley.
All right. Moving on to Danielle in Knoxville, who says, my mother and I have always hung out, and men think we're sisters because she's still a hottie. They often try to date us both, and my mom gets a kick out of that. I'm older and I want to get married, so it's time to stop hanging with my mother. How do I tell my mom that I'm tired of hanging out with her?
Well, why you got to tell her? Just pull
stop.
back. Yeah, you ain't got to tell her, hurt her feelings and all that. And your mama like the attention anyway. Y'all a draw. They want to date both of y'all. Ain't nobody finna do this. Got no time for this foolishness. Who y'all meeting? Want to date the mama and the daughter. Even make that proposal.
Well, they think they're sisters.
I ain't ever. Let me just tell you this right here.
Well, it's not about you.
I ain't ever met a girl who mama was still fine. I just said I ain't ever.
Yeah, and then what did you say, Tommy?
Nothing.
We heard you. We heard you.
All right, I'll take
I ain't saying that.
Tommy. I got
Thank
you,
you.
Tommy.
Thank
I
you, Tommy.
have. That just get it off
First
me.
of all, you don't even sound like Tommy. Your voice.
Let me just get it off of him. Yeah.
So Steve says he hasn't, but you have, Junior.
Everybody look like they mama. Everybody look like somebody mama. You know, so it's all good, you know.
What's all
You know,
good?
I met some mothers that were attractive, but you could tell they had their last run.
Oh,
Right.
It was good. They was
But you
locking
know,
it on in. They was in the barn, you know, doing
Going
hay
to the
work and
gym
stuff like
black
that.
don't crack and all of that.
How old were you though at that time?
You know, 20s, 30s. You know.
But see, these times are different.
Yeah, these times ain't that different. You know, you got to get you got to get these heifers off this Instagram with all these filters. Even they don't look as good as their mama really. That's what's really going on. You get these heifers off Instagram, get these filters off. A lot of them don't look nothing like they damn mama.
All right, look, coming up at the top of the hour, thank you, CLO. We'll have some entertainment news for you right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, tonight's the night. Please make sure you check out another hilarious episode of Judge Steve tonight, 8/7 Central, on ABC and Hulu. And court is now in session. Steve,
Ooh,
you still loving it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great show. I mean, it fits all my sensibilities,
Yes, it
skill
does.
sets. It's an at-home atmosphere. I got free reign to do like I want to. They've stopped me a couple times, you know, because I went too far with the, you know, judgment and all. But, you know, for the most part, man, it's just really, really good. I'm having fun. A lot of these people are, these cases is real though, man. And it's just
you
some
can
stuff
tell.
Yeah.
Man, they be in it, man. This is not reality TV. This ain't scripted.
It's friendships on the line, mothers and daughters,
uh-huh.
relationships, it's neighbors, it's
brothers, all of that.
All of
Father
that.
and sons, yeah. All right, so check it out again, Judge Steve tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC and Hulu. And court is now in session. Now, in other entertainment news, we all know that Denzel was right there and witnessed Will Smith slap Chris Rock on stage during the Oscar ceremonies last Sunday. While appearing with Bishop T.D. Jakes in part of his International Leadership Summit in Washington, D.C. this past Saturday. Take a listen when Bishop Jakes asked Denzel Washington what happened.
There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Wait a minute, I'm not done now. You know, the devil goes, oh no, leave him alone. Hey, he's my favorite.
right.
Don't you bother him.
Yeah.
Conversely, when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right. And for whatever reason, the devil got a hold of that circumstance that night. And fortunately, there were people there, not just me, but others in the gap. Tyler Perry came right immediately right over there with me, and some prayers, you know, keep it. I don't want to say what we talked about, but there but for the grace of God, go any of us.
Yeah.
You know, who are we to condemn? I don't know all the ins and outs of the situation, but I know the only solution was prayer. The way I saw it.
Nice.
Pray with me, Denzel. Oh, okay.
Shirley.
Shirley.
What? We're talking about
prayer. You know what?
I'm not mad.
You know what? You need to pull yourself together.
Shut up.
You really do. You know, every time him, Idris,
Carla.
and that old ass Morgan, every time you hear one of them names, all of a sudden you ain't the Christian you supposed to be.
Yeah.
Now you gonna stop sliding in and out of your Christianity, or you just come over here and do like me.
Nothing wrong with what you said, Shirley.
Thank you.
Nothing.
Thank you, Carla. I didn't think it was.
Okay, so what you want to comment, Steve?
What?
On the
No, I mean, it's cool. I understand where Dan coming from with that. He had a spiritual conference. You know, he supposed to talk to it like that.
Yeah.
You know, I know what all us Christian actors and comedians is saying afterwards, though.
Yeah, that's what I know.
Yeah, that's the first time I've heard prayer mentioned.
Because Will laid hands on Chris. He did.
Talking about don't mess with him. That he's one of his favorites. Oh, okay, well, you and the devil need to pick another subject if it's me.
All righty.
All righty.
And I think that clip is available if we need to play it again in the show. Mm-hmm. Moving on, in related news. Related
he
news.
praying, but she ain't. It don't add up.
We could pray together.
Pray with me, Denzel. You ain't gonna hear the prayer. You ain't gonna hear the prayer.
In related news, Netflix and Sony have both stepped away from their upcoming projects with Will Smith. The Netflix film Fast and Loose with Sony's highly anticipated movie Bad Boys 4 have both been put on hold. Wow. I guess until they get it all figured out, you know, till it dies down a little bit or whatever.
Do you think that's
what do you think, Steve?
Yeah,
Harsh?
Steve. Yeah.
I just, you know, look, it's the hypocrisy of this country we live in, and nothing is more hypocritical than Hollywood. Y'all gonna back away from doing films with Will Smith when y'all films is about what?
Violence,
you know, if you stop making films because some of the actors in the movie act badly, then you'll be making no films in this country. Will's was just publicly seen. All them drugs, man, all that casting couch that happens in Hollywood, that's a hypocritical
Harvey
thing
Weinstein.
for both of them to talk about, you know, they gonna step away from Will's projects and until what? Man, Hollywood ain't walking away from no money. They not gonna do that, man. They just not gonna do it. It's just hypocritical. I mean, look, I think, you know, there's gonna be consequences for Will's actions. You can do anything you want to do. Like Charlemagne said, you can do anything you want to do. You can go ahead, but understand the consequences come with it. And that's a true statement. So, you know, he got to suffer some consequences, but you know, the way
they the rest of his life though.
I just think it's the hypocrisy of this country.
Yeah, and they probably will come back at a later date.
Man, please.
I'm thinking, yeah, but right now while it's so hot still. All right, coming up in 20 minutes after the hour, did you see the viral video of Kings of Comedy Steve and Steve speaking to each other, hugging each other?
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to talk about how Black people greet each other right after this. You don't want to miss this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so Steve, we're going to talk about how Black people greet each other. You know, the video has gone viral of the way you and Cedric the Entertainer, your King of Comedy buddy, greeted each other this past Saturday at Black Man for Prostate Cancer Awareness event that was held in New York City. So it was, I just thought it was so beautiful. I mean, what did you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, we were standing there to take this picture. Said was late. And I ain't seen Said, you know.
Since before the pandemic?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been easily 3 years. Easy. Since I've seen Said. 3 years, man.
In person, yeah.
I mean, this is my dude, though. This is like, and so we were standing there taking the picture. and we were posing, and I heard his voice, and my head jerked immediately. And it was him. He didn't care. I ain't care. He came straight to me. He wasn't going to nobody else.
Right.
You know, me and Said, man, we got a special bond, man. I say it all the time. I mean, two of the most critical moments in my whole career was with Said, the Steve Harvey show and the Kings of Comedy.
Right.
And I mean, man, that two monumental occurrences in my life. And we were tied together at the hip doing both of those. And so Said is the one dude, man, that I don't give a damn what I'm doing. When I see him, it's just like pure joy, man. Here's a dude, man, that I've known since 1989.
Wow.
When I booked him at a bar room called Vuku Ray. And this dude, man, we've never had an argument, a disagreement. We ain't never not spoke. We ain't never had to go and settle nothing. It's just, hey, man, what you want to do? Well, what I want to do. And then we make a decision, and we did it. We've been mean about that the whole time. He's the best friend I got in this business, you know, and that's the reaction when I seen him.
You could tell
was
that the picture
The way
wasn't
you
important no more.
and you hugged him a long time.
I could care less about the picture.
Yeah.
But, you know, they were talking. I was reading some of the comments, and the lady next to me, like one lady said, she's sitting up there like she don't know who Said is. Girl, bye.
And we love that.
I was laughing at some of them reaction to pictures. She gonna sit up there and look at them talking about, like, girl.
It was like black people greet each other. I love how we do. We overdo everything, speaking to each other, hugging each other. I just love that moment, Steve. I really did.
All them doctors and stuff standing there. I don't even really know y'all.
But my dog.
But this dude right here, boy, on sight.
Yeah, it was a great greet. It was. It really was. It was genuine. All right, coming up at 34 minutes after the hour, we're going to check Steve's voicemail right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now to check Steve's voicemail, and if you want to leave a voicemail for Steve, call him at 877-29-STEVE, 877-29-STEVE. Steve, you ready to check your messages, see what's on the people's minds?
Sure,
all right, let's go. This caller is Lakita from Atlanta.
Hi, Steve Harvey. This is Lakita from Atlanta. I just want to say that it's Sunday morning. I'm getting ready for service, and you came up on my phone. And the realest thing I heard anyone say in a long time is, if you woke up this morning, then it ain't over. Because God has given you a chance to get it right. God has given you another chance. And I just want to say that is so real. And I thank you for that message. I thank God for sending you that message. Because it is correct. If we have woken up, God has given us a chance. And I just want to say thank you, Steve Harvey. I love you and your inspiration.
Thank you.
Aww.
Yeah,
Right.
That's real too. I mean, and she is right. She said, "I'm glad God gave you that message." That's where I get them from. Can't really take credit for this, you know. I mean, he put a lot of stuff in my head that I know ain't really there. You know what I'm saying? Hello.
All right.
What?
Let's go to North Carolina and talk to
North Carolina.
Bo from North
Raise
Carolina.
up. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Bo.
Good
his name
morning,
is Bo.
Steve. This is Bo from North Carolina. I'm like you. I'm 60 years old, and I have never seen anyone our age. I don't think you can slap me or you or anyone our age and turn around and walk off and think there ain't gonna be no consequences. So I just want to get that on now. All right, have a good day.
Yeah, see, Bo, real simple. I don't know. Because, and I'm telling you, man, that's why I'm telling you, he picked a Hollywood moment. He knew exactly what he was doing. Where else can you go up to a grown-ass dude, slap him, turn around, fix your jacket, and walk off? I don't know nobody. I don't know nowhere except national TV at the bougie Oscars. Dog, you gonna button your jacket up and turn around.
Oh, no. We finna take that jacket off.
All
that's jacket, shirt, half your pants, all this finna be messed up.
I don't know how you gonna slap me and turn your back Like now?
Yeah.
Oh, no, bro. See, it's 2 insults. First, you slapped me. 3, first you walked up there, how you pick me. That's 1. Number 2, you slapped me. And number 3, you turn around like it's okay, like it's over. I have 3 motivational surprises for your ass.
Not motivation.
You shouldn't have came up here. Number 2, and you slapped me. And number 3, you thought I wasn't going to do a damn thing about it. I tell you what, if I wouldn't have done nothing then, because Chris Rock played it perfectly.
Yeah,
he held it up with a dignity that I don't know that I have. But at the after party, though, when he had that Oscar in his hand, dancing around and all that, the next time Will saw that Oscar would have been after surgery. That's all I have to say. That would have been the next time he would have saw that Oscar. And it's going to need to be washed off.
All right.
They're going to have to recoat it. Go ahead.
To the next message. This also is about the slap and nephew Tommy. Okay.
Hey, Steve. I saw the slap, and I just wanted to say I am shocked, but I love the way Chris handled it, and he didn't press charges. I love Chris for that. You know what I'm saying? And I also wanted to tell you, I love you, Steve. I love the way you use your platform to do good. You're imperfectly perfect. You know, you use your platform to try to bring people to God and to elevate people. And I want to let you know you are appreciated. Okay, I listen to you every morning. You are appreciated. And nephew Tommy, somebody gonna kick your ass. Bye. I be cracking up over here. Bye.
Love it down. Yeah. Yeah, you get wait. You get all this praise and all this great things. You heard at the tail end, I'm gonna get my ass whooped. Not that's how. That ain't how you shut down a phone call.
You down to that.
All right. Speaking of that, and this is why she said it. Coming up, nephew Tommy's prank phone call right after this.
Here we go.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today, and the subject is my man a gold digger? We'll get into that in just a little bit, but right now the nephew is here with the prank phone call for today. What you got, Neff?
All right, before we get started, Shirley, we're going to let Charlotte, North Carolina know that the nephew is coming to town Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week at the Comedy Zone. The Comedy Zone, all right? I think Saturday's already sold out. Got a few tickets left on the other ones. The nephew coming to town. This is the last show, last weekend, before the nephew getting ready to go shoot Ready to Love Miami style. Ready to Love Miami style.
Papi.
Miami. Hey, Papi, here I come. Okay. Miami, get ready. The nephew coming that way. So, but right now, it's time for some stupid, and hopefully I won't get my my butt whooped by anybody. Okay?
Oh, it's going to happen.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
One day.
Oh,
all right. This right here, no more hair weaves. No more hair weaves. Okay? All right. Let's go, cat dog.
Hello?
Hello. I'm trying to reach Risa, please. Risa.
This is she.
Hi, Risa. My name is Byron. Byron from the job. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you, Byron?
I'm good. Listen, I hate to call you after hours at your home, but there has been some new issues that will be going into effect as of tomorrow morning. And we're calling everyone, letting them know the new changes that have been issued that will take effect first thing tomorrow morning. So we're giving everyone a call, so don't be alarmed. It's just giving you a call, letting you know what the higher-ups have changed, okay?
Okay, that's no problem. I got a few minutes to listen.
Okay. As of tomorrow, what's going to happen is when you guys come in, you'll be issued a new key card, and that particular card will actually register when you come in and go out, okay?
Okay.
All right. Second one is there will no longer be any personal internet at the job any longer. You won't be able, they're actually putting a block on all computers. All the computers will no longer be able to go to a lot of these sites that you guys go to that you've been that's been available here in the past. Okay?
Okay.
All right. The last one is Risa, do you wear a hair weave?
What?
Do you wear a hair weave or a wig?
Yes.
Okay. Well, here's one thing, and hopefully you can get this changed by tomorrow. There's no weaves or hair or wigs going to be allowed at the job site from this point on. So as of tomorrow morning, everyone must be wearing their natural hair.
You're joking.
No, these are the issues that are instated, and these are going to take effect as of tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock.
What does hair weave have to do with any of these changes? The first two I can understand. Punching in and being on the internet, yes, that's something that corporate. But hair weave and wigs? You're getting into changing people's appearance.
They're looking down upon it. Wigs and hair weaves, they have to go. So I'm assuming that if you, like you said, you do have one, I suggest
and it doesn't come out very
you
easily.
Start taking it down now and prepare your hair to be natural as you come into work tomorrow.
I'm not taking my hair down. I've been here 7 years, and I've dealt with all the changes that y'all have made, but there's no way that I'm taking my hair weave down. I'm sorry. What's your name, Byron?
Yes, my name is Byron, and
I'm sorry.
Let's get back to your weave. You're going to have to do something. Is there someone that you can call tonight to help you get your hair down and so you can look presentable with your natural hair tomorrow?
No, my weave costs over $200-300, and I'm not about to take that down. I mean, it takes a long time to take that down.
Okay. I mean, is this something maybe you can take it down and just wear it on the weekends? Because as of now, you're not going to be allowed to actually wear it on the property.
And how will you know if someone has a weave or not? Are you going to do head checks or something?
Okay, ma'am, I'm not quite sure what they're going to do to check it, but by you telling me that you have a weave, then I have to write it down that you have confirmed that you do, and we got to make sure that tomorrow morning you're not wearing one.
But you don't know what my natural hair looks like from my weave. You heard how much I pay for it, so it's a good weave.
Ma'am, it's not about how good, the quality of your weave or anything. They don't want it. They want natural hair. I don't know what that means, but they're going natural. They're going green. They're going natural. I don't know what it is. They're going natural, and so are you. Tomorrow morning, you need to come in with your hair completely down, okay?
I won't do it. I'm not taking my weave down.
Okay.
What is that? Y'all going to write me up or something?
Okay, ma'am, do you not want your job?
Yeah, I want my job, but this don't make no sense. You talking about personal appearance. I can understand y'all have a dress code and enforcing a dress code. That's one thing. But telling somebody to change their hair, you lost your mind, man. You're crazy.
Ma'am, I'm not good. I have other people that I have to call. Bottom line is, get your hair down and get your butt into work tomorrow, and let's not go back and forth anymore, okay?
Well, listen, Byron, you're lost mind if you're thinking I'm taking my weave out. I'm not taking out at all. Risa is coming up in there with her hair, and I'm going to sit down at my desk and do my job. Y'all going to have to drag me out there behind some weave. You done lost your mind. You and your powers that be or whoever they may be. You tell them that I said that.
Wait a minute. Listen, are you telling me that you're coming in regardless with your hair on?
You right? That's what I just said.
Okay.
You calling me at home with this?
Then we need. Why don't you go ahead and bring some boxes in, because you may as well pack your stuff.
I'm not. You bring the.
Ma'am, I don't want to have to get your stuff and box it up, and you're losing your job because you can't take your.
You know what? You can do that, because I'm gonna call the news station and tell them you dragging me out of behind some weave. Who wrong? You wrong. You wrong. You stupid behind weave.
You need to watch your language, young lady.
Why I need to watch my language? I'm at home. You call me on my own home phone on my time. I'm at my house. I'm not on your clock. I say what I want to say on my phone.
Okay. Can I say what I want on my phone, and then I'll let you go, and you can come in to work any way you want to tomorrow.
What is it, Byron? What else you got to say?
I want to tell you this. I want to tell you that your girlfriend Jennifer at your job got me to prank phone call you. This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
What you just said? I know you.
Hey, Risa, this is Nephew Tommy, baby, from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Jennifer, your coworker, got me to prank phone call
you. Got my blood pressure up. I'm gonna kill that tomorrow, and I'm gonna pull her weave out. You want to come down there and watch me drag her out of the job? I'm mad. She wrong for this. You know I got high blood pressure. You can't be doing that to me behind my weave. I pay too much money. That's the money I could be spending on my kids.
Oh, ain't nothing like a black woman and her hair. Oh, Oh, man. Okay, baby, I got one more thing to ask you, girl. What is the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
Well, after this prank, it has to be the Steve Harvey Morning Show. God.
Well.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Play too much.
Byron.
Yes.
Byron.
Keep it straight, stupid. Take that hat out. We going all natural around here, around this office, okay? All natural.
She was not having
it. A new car key, okay? You started with the car key.
Key card.
Key card, yeah. Started with that.
Yes.
Throw them off.
Wow.
So, Tommy, how was Nashville?
Nashville was off the chain. 7 sold-out shows, man. I want to thank y'all for coming out to see your boy. I appreciated. Did we do the damn thing? Yes, I did. And I'm headed to Charlotte to do it again. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, baby. That nephew is moving around the country. Then we're going to go shoot some TV. God has been truly good to me. All right. Look what I'm just trying to tell you. Sometimes y'all don't want to know. You really don't know what stupid can do for you. Stupid can do some things for you if you channel it in the right direction. Won't stupid do it? Yes, it will. You just don't know it can happen. Stupid you can make a stupid way if you want to. I'm just telling you. I've done it.
Don't turn your nose up.
Well, congratulations, nephew. We're happy for you for sure.
Thank you.
All right, coming up next, it is the strawberry letter, and the subject is my man a gold digger? We'll try to find out right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for today's strawberry letter, and if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your strawberry letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, pop, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. It could be yours. You never know.
You never know. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject is my man a gold digger? Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm a 31-year-old licensed cosmetologist, nail technician, and esthetician. I have a hair salon, I do eyebrows, nails, and I do Botox injections. My salon is upscale, and I have the upper echelon clients in my city. I am recently divorced, and I have to pay my ex-husband's spousal support because the judge thought that my ex-husband helped me build my business while we were married. That couldn't be further from the truth. He tore me down and mismanaged money all the time. I used insurance money that I got from my father's death, and it was a nice settlement, so now I am financially set. Because of that, I bought a nice house and 2 cars. All that's missing from my life now is a man and the family that I want to have one day soon. I have been casually dating this guy for a few weeks, and he seems to be a fast talker. When I met him, he said he was about to buy a home, and he was living in an apartment temporarily. He said that he's always traveling, and he loves the finer things in life. I noticed he had a Rolex on when we met, so I thought he might be telling the truth. He drives a pickup truck that's very nice, but it's older. When we go out, he wants me to drive so we can ride with the top down in my car. The other day, he wanted to go to a daiquiri bar where he knew all of his friends would be outside when we pulled up with the top down. He went in stunting like we were the hot new couple, and I went along with it. He told his friend that I have everything a man could want, and I have my own money. I also overheard him saying that he's going to go to Hawaii with me in June, which we never discussed. Is he trying to insert himself in my life and my trip? Is this man a gold digger? All right, well, it's understandable that you might be a little concerned after you went through what you went through with your husband, who you said mismanaged money. So now this new guy, who knows? He might be a gold digger, he might not. But the only way to find out for sure is to get to know him. I mean, I think him always wanting to drive your car and show it off to his friends is a bit suspicious, but more than that, you didn't mention any of these things. Does he ever pull out his wallet? Does he pay for stuff? Does he pay for anything? I mean, you didn't say anything about that. That's what you need to look out for. Does he work? You didn't say anything about him having a job, none of that. All you said was he had on a Rolex when we met, so you thought he might be telling the truth. Otherwise, you said he was a fast talker. So I say if you feel something isn't quite right, and you do, because that's why you wrote us, trust your instincts, because you don't really know this guy. I mean, you can ask him some questions. Ask him questions. What's wrong with that? Conversation, getting to know someone. You say you're only casually dating him, whatever that means. So if you're only casually dating him, does it matter if he's a gold digger, or you want to take this further and you want to know now if he's a gold digger before you take it any further? Either way, you got to get to know this guy if you're planning on something more serious with him. Take your time. You guys go out more times, get to know the guy, and then you can make a fair assessment on whether he's a gold digger. Know more about him than just that he's wearing a Rolex. Steve?
Oh, this is right up my alley. Oh, God. Specialize in things like this. I'm going to be so helpful to this young sister. It's going to be unbelievable. I'm going to be so helpful to you. First of all, you got a lot going on, young lady. Cosmetologist, nail technician, esthetician, hair salon. You do eyebrows, nails, do Botox injections. Your scale is upscale. Your salon is upscale. You got upper echelon clients in the city. Now, you're divorced now, and you had to pay your ex-husband spousal support because the judge thought your ex-husband helped you build your business while we were married. That couldn't be further from the truth because he tore you down. Recently, your father passed. You got a nice settlement, so you're financially set. You bought a nice house, 2 cars, and all that's missing from my life is a man. Well, here we go. And a family that you want to have one day soon, so you have no kids. You've been casually dating this guy for a few weeks, and he seems to be a fast talker. Now, women, you all specialize in communication. That's one of your strong suits and attributes. If you meet a man that seems to be a fast talker, if anybody knows that, it would be you. So we're talking about this fast talker. And when you say fast talker, I'm assuming you're saying it has a little slick element to it. See, fast talkers are usually what I found in my experience. All my boys that's fast talkers, and everybody I know that's a fast talker, has a little slick element to it. Something tricky about it. Why you talking so damn fast? Because fast talkers talk so you can't talk. See, fast talkers don't like spaces and pauses in their conversation because that leaves rooms for questioning. And fast talkers like to just put out their narrative. They're not interested in what you think or feel. So that's a red light. When I met him, he said he was about to buy a home and he was living in an apartment temporarily. That's a cool move right here, but what you mean you about to buy a home? You about to buy it when? You about to buy it where? Where you been looking? Let me see some of the places you've explored. I got so much more to say to you, lady. I'm finna help you. When I come back, young lady, Uncle Steve to the rescue.
All right, Steve, we'll have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Today's Strawberry Letter subject is my man, a gold digger. We'll come back with part 2 right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. The subject is my man a gold digger?
Yeah, this lady's doing really well. She's 31. She has no children. She's recently divorced. She pays spousal support. She has a beautiful salon, high echelon, upscale clients and things like that. She does all the services. She started dating this guy. She has herself together. All she wants is a man and a family. You've been casually dating this guy for a few weeks, and he seems to be a fast talker. Now, I said before, people who are fast talkers, usually we call them fast talkers because they seem to have a little slick element about themselves. All the fast talkers I know have slick elements about themselves. All of them. Never met one who didn't. So I think you're on point. And women being communication specialists, if you think a person is a fast talker, then it is. Now, the reason men are fast talkers is because we don't like gaps and pauses and paragraphs in our talking because we don't want you to control the narrative. We want to control the narrative, and it reduces the amount of questions. You've got to gather yourself, as Shirley said, and you've got to start asking the hard questions. Now, when you met him, he said he's about to buy a home and he was living in an apartment temporarily. That's a natural transition. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But what you mean he's about to buy a home? What real estate? Let him show the houses he been looking at, the areas he trying to move to. This is how you can find out about money without asking about money. He says he's always traveling and he loves the finer things in life. That's easy. Who don't? Who don't? What has he said that's so enriching? I like the finer things in life. Who don't? But now let's look at him real close after the statement, I love the finer things in life. I noticed he had a Rolex on when we met, so I thought he might be telling the truth. Don't let that watch throw you.
Right.
Do not let that Rolex throw you, sweetie. Girl, you can get them Girl, pawn shops got Rolexes. You can go downtown New York, Canal Street, and Rolex yourself out.
Get a Folex.
Look just like it. Mm-hmm. Don't let that throw you, but I do want to point this out to you. You said he had a Rolex on, so you thought he was telling you. He drives a pickup truck that's very nice, but it's older. Excuse me. He just said he liked the finer things in life. Mm-hmm. What's up with the old-ass pickup truck?
How come it ain't fine?
I'm telling you right now, that ain't how men are. Man, the moment we got some money, you finna know about it. Because what's the purpose of having it? Mm-hmm. That's how we look good to what we're trying to trap, which is females. Man, boy, please. So if you like the finer things in life, he drives a pickup truck. It's very nice, but it's older. Okay? When we go out, he wants me to drive so he can ride with the top down in my car. Oh, he like flexing. He just told you he like the finer things in life, and you got him. He wants to drive with the top down. The other day, he wanted to go to a daiquiri bar where he knew all his friends would be outside when we pulled up with the top down. He went in stunting like we the hot new couple, and I went along with it. He told his friends that I have everything a man could want, and I have my own money. This is not the conversation you want to overhear. We are looking for the chick of our dreams. And it don't mean you have everything. I can tell you that for a fact. Right. Don't get sprung, Carter. Listen to what he's saying, Mr. Fast Talker. He wanted to pull up in the daiquiri bar in your car with the top down and walk in like y'all the hot new couple. That's fast talking. Now, he done went in there and talking to y'all like he just everything. Now you done heard him tell his friends he got everything a man could want, got your own money. Then you overheard him saying he's going to Hawaii with me in June, which we never discussed. In June. He done wrote himself into the script. He in the movie already starring. Do he have Hawaii trip money? Now, you can easily figure this out because you overheard him say that. He didn't say nothing to you because he fast talking with his friends. Now, I don't know if he told you to throw his friends. He gonna pay for the trip or you gonna pay for the trip? Is he trying to insert himself in my life and my trip? I just told you. He done put himself in the movie. He's starring in it. Is this man a gold digger? Well, the answer to that question is yes. Because everything he does points to that. He want to ride in your car. He talking about you got your own money. He drive an old-ass pickup truck. I don't give a damn how nice it is. Men always wash their cars. Don't be fooled by that. And you need to find out why he driving an old pickup truck. You need to find out about that Rolex. And you need to look. Let me give you some things to look at. His shoes. Look at his shoes. If he a sneakerhead, that ain't gonna help you. Because sneakers is $69, $140. You ain't finna learn nothing. Look at his clothes. Men who got money wear clothes. Secondly, look at his friends. You associate with people who you can participate with. If your friends is high scale, it's because you could do high scale friends. If all your friends is regular, it's because you got regular ass money. And then you need to look at where he live and what's in that house. If all that house got IKEA furniture in it, which ain't nothing wrong with it, but he not finna buy no house.
All right, Steve, thank you.
That ain't how you
coming
trap
up next.
chicks.
It is Junior and Sports Talk at 46 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, it is time now for Junior and Sports Talk. What you got, Junior?
Oh, Shirley. Oh, congratulations. Kansas is that's the champ. Man, what a game. I'll tell you what, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish for sure.
Yes, it is.
Because, man, at halftime, North Carolina, do the song, they were waving their helicopter.
It ain't the same today, Junior. It's North
had that same
Carolina, raise up.
They played a good game.
Shirt off and turn it around your head like a helicopter.
Sound like a funeral now.
Man,
They was up by 15 at halftime and 40-25. I was like, boy, they came out strong. But that second half, that defense Kansas put out there on that floor, man, erased that whole deficit by 10 minutes in the second half. Next thing I'm looking up now, I was like, what happened?
I turned it off, man. I couldn't watch it. I was pulling so hard. You know, South Carolina had won the night before. I was pulling for the Carolina. So I just let the girls' victory just carry me on to sleep. You know, I wasn't finna do that to myself. I ain't out there playing. Yeah. So I wasn't about that. I felt bad for Hubert, and then I felt bad for the players. But, you know, that's life, man, ain't it?
Yeah.
Somebody
You
got to
went
lose.
from that to that's life.
Man, I mean, you know, that's life, man. You can't let that one loss determine nothing about you.
No.
Ooh, please.
That's the motivational lesson we supposed to get.
Boy.
That's life.
I was sitting there going, you better dust yourself up. Get up, dust yourself off, and let's go again.
Boy, it was some tears out on that court, man. I'm talking about in their jersey, they crying so hard, man. It was just hard to watch a deficit lead like that because they was hitting some shots. Kansas was hitting some shots.
Well, you know, Junior, in college, it ain't like the pros. You know, you play a series. It's one game. It's elimination.
Yeah.
You got one chance, man. You can't lose one, come back and try to get the next one. Like in the pros, this is it.
No, everything
on round robin. This spades.
You got to get up.
Best of seven.
You gonna have to get up, man. That's their fourth national championship. Congratulations to Bill Self and the Kansas Jayhawks.
I ain't like Kansas since Wizard of Oz. That's what my whole thing stems from childhood trauma. I didn't care for Kansas since then.
Who don't like the Wizard of Oz?
You didn't care for
I
Dorothy
don't.
or Toto?
What is you liking about the Wizard of Oz?
That was a great movie.
Are you serious?
Wizard of Oz, The Wiz. That's
my serious.
We done got into basketball.
Yes.
classic movie.
Man, what I gotta watch the Wizard of? What I'm learning?
Thank you, Junior.
You're welcome, Shirley. God.
All right, listen. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Recently, guys, in Colorado, they passed a law that allows kids to play outside by themselves without the parents getting into trouble for neglect. So here's a question for the guys. When you were a kid, how often did you do things without adult supervision on a daily basis? And what was it that you did?
Every day.
Every day. Somebody in your business.
No doggone supervision. What? We was on that bike moving around that neighborhood, boy. What are you talking about? Way back in the woods, jumping ramps, picking berries. What? Breaking windows. What? Stealing wood, building a clubhouse. What? We did it all. Stealing somebody else's bike. What? We was doing that.
Junior, what were you doing?
Every single day. We made soccer on bikes. Just kick a tennis ball to the goal, all the way down the street.
While riding the bike?
Yeah, riding the bike. We ain't have no soccer
right
ball.
there.
We ain't know nothing. We just playing soccer on bikes. That's what we were doing. Baseball, basketball, at the park where I wasn't supposed to be because people over there don't know how to act. We was all over the neighborhood. We was doing everything. Didn't nobody know where I was between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. They didn't know where I was.
You
They
had to
had
be back
no
then
clue.
when the street lights came on.
My mama did. They had to call houses to find him. Is he over there? Tell him come home. He ain't here. And they didn't know where we was. No, we had no supervision. That was my job, was to play. You had a 9 to 5. Play. That was it.
Steve.
I have no
know you got
idea
stories.
what they passing the law for.
Supervision.
Do you understand
What?
the horror that my parents would have been in had they seen what I was doing when I left the house.
What were you doing?
What were you up to?
I was headed in the wrong direction a lot of times. If I had kept going down the path, burglary, B&E, breaking and entering, armed robbery, I'd probably be into that. I definitely would be into arson. I've set so much stuff. Oh, yeah. The animal abuse. I'd be locked up for so much stuff we was doing. I had a magnifying glass and burned up a whole colony of ants one day. Wiped out an entire colony of ants with a damn magnifying glass. Oh, my ass. The stuff we used to do, man, we finally got hold to that damn dog that had tortured us for years and stuff. That got hold of his ass. And I don't even want to say what happened, but he don't bark no more. He don't bark no more.
Yeah.
You know, he's not able to bark anymore.
You made your point. We heard you.
You know, and
what
so
kind of
you
dog
know,
was it?
it was a big it was a bushy dog with red fur, like a chow. He was a mean ass dog, man. This dog was mean, you know. Larry Singleton's dog, King, German Shepherd. We wanted a big black German Shepherd. We wanted to kill his ass, but we never could. We was too scared. So no, we didn't have supervision. What else you got?
To rest your case.
Michael Jackson was big movies growing up. Yeah.
Bike robberies and skateboard theft. And hey man, we used to ride out to the white neighborhood and play baseball with them because we had finally formed a little black little league team on our street, but we didn't have the money for gloves, so we go out to the white neighborhood and play with the white kids, and they would give us their gloves, and we would go to the field and then give them their gloves, and then they go out in the field, and they give them their gloves, and we go out in the field. And we got to about the third inning, and we gave each other the signal. As soon as they tossed us the gloves, we just headed to the bikes, and they were sitting there going, "Hey, what are you guys doing?"
Now they out there without no glove.
Well, you know, because they just tossed them to us, and we just on the third, fourth inning, we finna head on over to these bikes because we got the gloves. Hey, where you guys going? What are you guys doing? What are you doing? Hey, come back! Come back. That ain't what's finna happen, though.
All right.
We got to go start this baseball team. We got gloves now.
We'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show, this ignorant show, coming up in 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, this story is just some weird aviation news. The world's largest passenger airliner completed a 3-hour flight last week using nothing but 27 tons of cooking oil. They call it sustainable aviation fuel. That's all they use to power the flight. It was the first Airbus A380 to be powered completely by cooking oil, which can be made with waste oil and fats and non-food crops. Using what is basically cooking oil to fuel the plane cuts CO2 emissions by up to 80%. Cooking oil alone can't be used as jet fuel, but it can be converted into a biofuel. The UK government has set a target for planes to use 10% of sustainable aviation fuel or cooking oil by the year 2030.
So the whole plane smell like French fries? Just flying and just all that stinking like that?
Yeah. You ain't gonna be able to fuel your jet out the hood. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because we save our grease. We save our grease. Our grease is on the can sitting on the stove. So I can tell you right now, we're not gonna be making contributions to that. You can carry that out there where they recycle it and all that. We recycling, all right. It's in a coffee can on top of the stove. Yeah. So we're not going to be able to help y'all run this jet program y'all working on. I'm just telling you, you can take the hood out the jet program. No, we're not. You can take the little jet program somewhere else. Until we get voting rights, we're not contributing a damn thing to this jet fuel.
Coming up in 33 minutes
you ain't getting a
after the
teaspoon
hour.
of grease out of me.
We'll play another round of Would You Rather right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for a round of Would You Rather. Would you rather, think about this, would you rather live in a movie musical or would you rather live in a Western movie? Which one?
Western.
Movie musical or Western?
Western.
Movie musical. Now I'm over here thinking.
Hell no.
West.
Come on, thespian.
Much you like music?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. Do I want to be West Side Story or Buck and the Preacher? I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do now.
Oh man,
Steve, you're Western.
I'm in the Western. Yeah, I'm cool. Give me that horse, saloon. You know.
Why did they fall? Idris Elba.
All that. Give me a gun. Give me all that. I'm not finna over here and be talking and all of a sudden somebody bust out singing some damn Broadway hit. I can't stand that.
But
the hell is y'all singing for? I don't like musicals. I've been to a musical. I couldn't say, but I was on a cruise ship one time and went to this thing, man. They had a musical called Annie Oakley. This little white girl had this red hair, was in this swinging and singing. I was looking at her going, I wonder if I dive off the edge of this boat, can I get back to Miami?
Make it stop.
It was painful.
Oh, God, it was crazy.
It's some good musicals, though, dog. It's some good
Yeah.
ones. Color Purple was an amazing musical.
Oh, I bet it wasn't.
Dreamgirls.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Oh, I bet it wasn't. Nothing bust out singing? Oh,
yes.
hell no. What size?
What about
no.
you, Junior?
Well, that's kind of hard for me. I want to be in a Western. I just don't think nobody gonna believe me. But my voice probably be good in a musical. So I'm. Hey, this hold up, everybody. Yeah, I can't. I don't think they gonna believe me. Hey, new sheriff in town. Need you to check your guns in at the front of the station. We ain't won't allow no weapons in here. We're gonna stop all this whiskey. Ain't no whiskey after 7. We're gonna shut these saloon girls down. They ain't gonna be selling ain't no more prostitution in my town.
You sound like Barney Fife.
Ain't finna happen. I'm tell you that right now. Ain't finna happen. Put your guns down. Put them down. Put your guns down. Put your guns down.
He's getting mad.
He getting mad. Put your guns down. Don't make me. Make my day. Make my day.
What, Sheriff? What?
Make my day. That's straight out the Clint Eastwood movie.
Clint Eastwood.
We're not buying it, Junior. We're not buying you in a Western. Yeah.
You about to meet me at the gates of hell. Tyler Perry.
All right, listen. That was our round of Would You Rather for today. Coming up at 49 minutes after the hour, our last break of the day and some closing
All the
remarks
women
from
and
the one
children
only
follow me.
right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Here we are, guys, our last break of the day on this Tuesday. It's been a good day. Funny day.
Funny Tuesday.
I'm still in this musical, all this Western we just did the last break.
Oh, with Junior as the sheriff with his voice.
Boy, Steve, that was hilarious.
Man.
One more before we get out of here and get to closing remarks.
Just do me
I
one
see Junior
more.
in Tombstone.
Yeah. Pounds people. Pounds people. Finna form a posse. I need 12 of y'all to follow me. Full weapons. I'ma deputize you. We gonna go in and we gonna bring them back dead or alive. Don't matter to me, dead or alive. But we need 12 people going after the most dangerous gang. We gonna bring in the James boys.
The James boy.
Now the best way we're gonna bring in the James boys is we're gonna go in and let me talk, and they're gonna think we the James girls. Oh man.
That sound like hoods
Junior
or
as
no
the
hood.
sheriff in a Western.
Oh man, that's funny.
That is.
Steve, you're stupid.
Oh, I'm telling you.
You need 8 good men.
Oh man. Everybody, put your guns down. Put them down. I ain't gonna ask you no more. Put them down. Put your guns down.
I like it when he get mad.
Drop them.
Oh, that's
I
mad.
said drop them. Hey, I got shot up. I got Pow. Ah! Yeah!
I'm
Yeah!
done.
Ow! Hell no!
finger. All of that noise.
Oh, man. Somebody ride to the next town. Get the doctor.
That's a little too far.
You doing Junior?
Oh, my God.
As he would be as the sheriff in a Western, yes.
Oh, Steve, what about them robbing the bank, though?
Wait, listen to me. Gabrielle, they in the bank. They got 7 hostages.
Oh.
I ain't trying to be 8.
It's about you.
We gonna surround the bank.
Mm-hmm.
We need a volunteer to go in and tell her, hold on, I'll do it. Hey! I know I said I was gonna go in, but it'd be better if I holler in. Hey! Bank robber! It's me, Sheriff Junior. See, that's a bad name anyway. I need to change my name. That don't sound powerful. Sheriff Junior. That don't even sound. Ain't nobody scared of Junior.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Hey, everybody, this is Sheriff Big Daddy Junior.
Oh, that works for you?
Come out with your hands up.
All right, here we go.
All right.
No, you're not going from that
It's a
to that.
crazy transition right here, but here we go with closing remarks.
Flip it.
All right, Steve.
Well, maybe we won't do closing today. I got one, but I wanted to.
Motivating.
All right. Give me another situation as Junior.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah.
You know, he's done everything, solved all the crimes and everything, so it's time for him to get romantic with Miss Kitty or somebody.
In the Western. Junior's in the Western.
Yeah.
You know, morning, Miss Kitty. You know, after all the escapades in town, feeling kind of, you know, a little loose with myself. And I was wondering this evening if I come by the saloon and, you know, bought you half a drink. Maybe we could get on the buckboard and ride down to the river and have a little picnic. What you think, Miss Kitty? Miss Kitty, is you asleep?
Tell me, Miss Kitty.
Hello?
I'm right here, Sheriff Junior.
Her voice is deeper than Junior.
You know, Miss Kitty, that's the problem we're going to have, because your voice is stronger than mine. I'm supposed to be the man here.
You are the man, Sheriff Junior.
Well, damn, Miss Kitty, how old is you? Why Miss Kitty sound like mama? Why Miss Kitty sound like my mama?
Because she worked all weekend.
Oh, you tired. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, saloon girl and is hard work.
I could not.
Maybe, hey, Miss Kitty, maybe I could give you a massage. I have my friend Otis come by. We can use his hands. You know, I got these little bitty junior sized hands, and be kind of, they done more like aggravating than a massage.
We'd have to get my Corsic off, Sheriff Junior.
Well, I got my scout knife where I can cut you out.
We gotta go.
Stupid.
Oh, this is stupid. Oh my God.
Hey, y'all. Don't forget this. Talk to God, okay? He'd love to hear from you. He really would.